You can give up suffering today. And that is because we've moved into another area of our lives and world where we can give up suffering. I'm saying this because last night I was led to a Wilhelm message that I published today, and it's on my site, anyadvicefortoday.com, and you can read it there. And the title was, How Long Will You Continue to Suffer? The only reason we suffer in our lives is that we don't take the steps to own who we are, to own our authentic selves. And that's always a journey. It's an individual journey, and it's in our consciousness is where it occurs. But we also happen to be living at a time of great change, a great generational change. And that's why it might be a little uncomfortable for you and for most of us. Nothing in our lives or in the world is happening accidentally. It's all energy. It's energy and consciousness. Now, we may not always remember that because I didn't remember that. Because what happened when I put those messages together, it was an arc of discovery that went from 2008 until last year on the same day, on June the 7th. But then the other wonderful thing that happened, I was led to a recording from one of those messages that was done on June the 11th of 2023. And if you listen to that recording, you will hear that it described everything that's happening in our world right now. Again, everything is energy, including money. And many of us have had difficulty with accepting our worth and value. And then we don't have the money we're meant to have. And then we allow others to have more. That's exactly what was said in that particular video in that session that was held June 11th, 2023. And I'm listening to it and I go, well, I'm the culprit because see, Wilhelm has given me something that could change your life and change our world. But I wasn't willing to change the amount of money I was charging for it. And so people think, well, this must not be worth anything. This must not be of any value because that's also the programming that we have. I had it as well, so I'm with you on that. And I kept looking at this and I thought, wait a minute, if I just keep it really inexpensive and people will do it and but then your state of consciousness is going to say, no, I'm going to continue to suffer. All of us. I was doing it because we can't believe that next level of who we could become or what we might create or how we could change our world because we're all here now to change what's going on, but we have become afraid. That's what happens. And it's been a kind of control and programming that has existed within many of us. And you'll hear it in there because it's mainly people of color and women. That's the female energy. That's really what's going on right now. But none of it was new because I've written it all. I posted something yesterday, I put a Substack article where I talked about the 36-year plan that Wilhelm gave us to up-level humankind, which again is in consciousness. So many of us have been living under these restrictive ideas and beliefs about ourselves. And then when that becomes a collective thing, then other people will control us. And we repeat cycles, and the cycles are also energetic. Now, we don't always understand how the changes of the planets and galaxies and all that are affecting us emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, but they do. And that's the work that I was given, and that's what I've lived. And you'll hear in that video as well how this work, from everything that I've lived through in my life, I'm 74, this work completely healed my life. And you would think that more people would say, wow, I'm going to do that. But then we will look at it and say, no, I'm going to continue to suffer. I have to say it because that's what I did when I listened to that. I should have, people told me a long time ago, Roger, you should be charging $5,000 for this work because of what it gives everyone. But my limited consciousness says, no, people aren't going to believe that. But the fact was, I couldn't believe it. And the same could be true for you. So I want you to read it and listen to the video. I'll put the links in this video so you can have it. I'm publishing another article today because I want everyone to have this information. We're moving through a time in our world where it depends on how much you're going to love yourself, how much you're going to take that next step into discovering who you are. And I've written an entire philosophy that can have you do that. But because I wasn't charging enough money for it, I was continuing to suffer as well. That's what we do, but we can change it. And today, because of the changes of the energies, and I will tell you, I know that that is true as well. You may not understand that, but we've moved into a different era where if you decide to take that next step in owning yourself, then we will change the world because that's why we're here. Thank you so much for being here. I'll leave the links in this video description, and please subscribe to the channel if it's your first time and share this with others because it's a synergy. The more of us who understand and awaken to who we are, the quicker we will change things. See you soon.